Yo, what up? What up?
Wagwan, pop up on them.
What's up, everybody? We're gonna try to run through things quickly today, but before we start, we have a special guest once again. Thankfully, we have a very special guest. We're gonna give her a minute to introduce herself, let y'all know what she goes by, and then we're gonna jump into things. So go ahead, let them know.
Awesome. Hey, everybody. This your girl, K Love, checking in with everybody. I am an artist, a singer, songwriter, event coordinator. Definitely happy to be here. Shout out to the team for having me. I look forward to a great show. We're going to have a great time. Definitely.
For sure. And then as usual, at the end, after we talk about everything, Kay, we're going to give you a minute to kind of talk about what you do and kind of let us know where we could find you and find what you do on social media. You get what I'm saying? So,
yes.
All right, cool. So let's jump into things, I guess. And also, we're going to remind all of us, we're going to try to, as long as people keep, coming in the chat, we're going to monitor the chat and see if we could respond back to what everyone's saying. If we don't exactly get what you say, you know what I'm saying, it is what it is, but we're going to try our best. So starting off things, we're going to talk about first this new album, or I don't know if it's an album or a mixtape at this point. I don't even know what these things are, but so Drake and 21 Savage pulled out an album called Her Loss that drops on Friday. So about 2 days ago now.
Fire.
So, okay. So first I'm going to ask everybody's, assuming everybody listened to it, because I heard this thing's going to get like 300,000 sales or some shit like that. So,
oh my God.
Looking like it's going to be crazy for them.
Yeah, they doing like 08 numbers with this album. Yeah, so assuming everyone listened to it, we're gonna start with K first. Ooh. I feel like, particularly with this album, because I'm hearing a lot of things from the ladies about this album. So.
Disclaimer: K listens to 99.9% of R&B music.
Okay, so you're not.
Oh no.
Truthfully speaking, you're not big.
I mean, I've seen the picture of like the album. I can claim that, but I will not sit here in front like I have listened to any of that album because I have not. Okay. But I've heard mixed reviews. I will say, just speaking on what I've seen on my timeline from my followers, I've heard mixed reviews, but more of them saying that it was not enjoyable. That it was.
Yeah, I think from what I've been hearing, sonically, people have been enjoying it. As far as the subject matter and some of the things that are spoken on, I feel like some people have not. Clay, you listened to it. So what you tell me your opinion? Does it have replay value? That's what I want you to ask from me. What's the replay value on that?
For sure, bro. I'm not even gonna sit here and cap you down. From when it came out Friday, I've been listening to it nonstop. And like not even on some like fanboy-ish, but just cause like I literally wake up just thinking about one of the songs on the album and it just makes me want to go listen to it. And once I start with that one song, I gotta listen to the rest of the album. Like
which one's your favorite right now?
Yeah, what song is that?
I want to know.
Probably my favorite song on the album would probably be, is it Hours in Silence?
Hours in Silence. Let's see.
I think Hours in Silence is probably my favorite song. And then after that, I'd probably say Major Distribution.
JQC commented, said it stinks. Drake is the girl that gets her first drug dealer boyfriend. I don't really understand that one, but
yeah,
I respect it. I respect your opinion on that one.
I respect your opinion.
Yeah, man. I don't know. Like for real, like this album, even though it wasn't just him, it was him and 21 Savage. It honestly felt like sonically, this was the album that people like myself who was expecting something different from Drake. I felt like this was kind of like that void that a lot of people were expecting when he dropped the last album, and it ended up just being the techno EDM, whatever. Like I think this is the vibe that everybody's been looking forward towards, and
that's what I was gonna say before we even before I asked EJ what he thought. From what I've been seeing, and I'm gonna be honest, I didn't listen to the whole thing. I would say I kind of skimmed around, listened to like 3 or 4 tracks. I liked what I heard from what you know what I mean, and I think part of that is because Drake and 21, they never really miss. Most of their songs that they have together are hard, so not surprised on that. But it does seem like I think the appeal here is that Drake's last 2 projects wasn't really what people was trying to hear, and this is more on that side of like that Drake that people like to hear, which is part of the controversy, which we're gonna talk about in a little bit.
Word.
But
Hold on. K, you gonna get us flagged because you playing the song. Try not to play it too
So
much.
you can hear it.
word.
You
That's
can
why I'm
hear
trying
it.
to kind of talk over it. So
Yeah, word.
Oh,
But
my
I
fault.
can still hear it.
You was trying to
So
tap in. It's all good.
Hey, I
yeah,
had to see what you
yeah, I
was
ain't trying to get
talking
sued by
about.
Drake and 21.
yeah,
But
we gonna make our
So I
videos
mean,
get flagged,
I
and
got
then the
through.
views gonna go to them niggas.
yeah,
Right,
fuck
right,
that.
right. I got through a little bit
Um,
of it. I see why you like this song. I was in silence. It's
which
got
one
like
was? Oh, that was a silence. Oh, yeah, I didn't hear that one. I'm listening to that one when we done. But so Don, so did you listen to it, Don, at all?
I listened to some of it. I didn't listen to the whole thing, right? And
Damn, what's good with y'all? What the fuck? I'm the only one that listened to the whole album.
you know what?
Bro,
I don't
y'all
know, man.
tweaking. That whole album was fire, bro.
It's like y'all want to listen to it, but this one, I don't know, man. I just didn't want to listen to it because it's like I'm gonna go off of what bro said in the comment. He said Drake is the girl that gets her first drug dealer boyfriend. Bro, for some reason I
You don't
listen.
even know what that means, EJ.
I don't know what it means, but I have my own analogy, bro. I feel like right on this record, it just felt like Drake was like trying too freaking hard to be cool. Like he's that one high schooler who like just trying so fucking hard. And I couldn't listen to it for that reason, bro. I couldn't for
I
some reason.
somewhat agree with that,
I
but
can
I
too.
feel like part of that and part of why he sent some of the attacks that he sent that we're gonna talk about in a little bit.
Right.
I feel like because everybody was so upset at how he did the last album, he was like, okay, y'all want Drake, y'all want this kind of Drake,
yeah.
you know what I'm saying? Because
Right.
one thing Drake ain't gonna do, I don't think he's ever gonna sacrifice. Like, I don't think he liked the fact that people didn't sonically like that last album. You know what I'm saying? That or the album before, really. So he's like, all right, I'll make sure y'all hear some real Drake. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Right. And I felt like
from what I didn't, like I said, I didn't hear the whole thing, but from what I heard, it sounded a lot more like Drake that we got from like, you know, like
Take
if you're reading this is too late and shit like that, and like
shit, like it was it, and what I would say too, like just from listening to it from top to bottom, like the feel that I always got consistently was this is a Drake that's giving us hard lyrics based on how he's living right now. It didn't feel like it. I know Don said it sounded like he was trying hard, but it didn't feel like he was really trying too hard.
I don't know if he
maybe trying too hard to like
going.
fit a certain like persona in terms of like his tone. But as far as the bars that he was given, like he was really spitting some shit, and it wasn't just about things that he's going through with his mom. You know what I'm saying? It was like real relationship issues and things that people could relate to based off how he feels and how he's going through the motion. Like you really got to listen to the whole thing. I ain't gonna hold you. You gotta listen to it.
Got you. I'll make sure I listen to the whole thing. I feel like I listened to most of it, but I'm gonna make sure I listen to it thoroughly.
Agreed.
I'm still fake listening to Kodak shit. So it was like that's the only reason why.
That's another hard one.
Smacky again. What's popping, bro? What's popping, bro? We gotta get you on too. We gonna get you on too. It's Mackie.
Who's that in there? Who's that?
Mackie. He just hit the chat.
Okay.
All right.
We're supposed to get you on this week, but we're gonna get you for next week, bro.
All right, so let's jump straight into the drama of this album. So, like I said, didn't listen to the whole thing, but from what I'm hearing, there's several people that were attacked. The names that I remember so far that I've heard, there was some type of mention about Meg Thee Stallion situation. There was a subtle kind of disrespect towards the Kanye West situation. There was disrespect towards Serena Williams' husband.
Man, went crazy.
That one I missed.
Some other people on there.
Dram,
really...
D-Ram.
Drum, he was like, because he was like, try to bring the drum, but he didn't know how we cha-cha slide. He snapped.
Yeah. So my thing is with this, right?
Oh, so he was name dropping.
Yeah, heavy.
Like just,
he name dropped.
Name dropping, sub dropping, all that dropping.
Sub drop.
Right.
Even,
and like I said, I feel like this, like we've seen Drake do stuff like this before. I feel like this is kind of like a game to him. You know what I mean? When he's in this mode, like no one's safe. You know what I'm saying? Like he's gonna say whatever. So before we even talk about a specific diss, let me ask this, and we gonna start with Clay. Do you think this, especially since you're the only person here who could give an honest, like real opinion because you listened to the whole thing, do you feel like from listening that he this time around was starting problems just for clout, or do you feel like it benefited the music what he did?
Honestly, like I can't pick one side over the other, but if he was doing it intentionally for the clout, like Drake is such a witty ass rapper, bro, that like the way he does it, even that Meg Thee Stallion line, like the way he wrote it, you can say he technically wasn't talking about her because he didn't say Meg Thee Stallion. He was
Yeah,
just
facts.
he
Yeah,
said like she gonna keep getting them shots and she still a stat. You know what I'm saying? It's just the
She gonna
way
lie
he
about it.
says things is so
It was a
witty
play
and
on
tricky that
words.
like yeah, like you can't really like say, oh, he's doing it. Like he's just going based off of what's going on in our culture right now and what's relevant. You know what I'm saying? But then like people also sleep the fact that he had another hard bar where he was like, he's like, it's crazy. I don't know how exactly it went, but he basically was saying like it's crazy how people in high school that never got no pussy is
yeah,
making
yeah,
is making
yeah.
laws about women. You know what I'm saying? It's like yo, like shit like that is dope. You know what I mean?
Right.
So
Don, what you think? You think Drake's at a point right now where he's gonna just be shooting shots just to make sure that he gets those plays, or
I don't.
you think?
I think. I think yeah, he's doing it to stir some stuff up. Do I think he needs to? I
Yes,
you think he needs to?
I definitely do.
I honestly
Mhm.
don't think he needs to stir the pot, man. He's very talented, man. He could, you know what I'm saying? We heard his records before. Everybody was like fiending over everybody was like loved If You Reading This It's Too Late. Everybody loved what was it? The shit that he did with Future, you know what
So,
I'm saying?
Kayla, why do you feel like he needs to stir the pot?
No, let me not mix. I do feel like he's doing it to
Oh, you feel like he's
get
doing
Oh,
it.
more
Okay,
views. I
okay.
don't feel like he needs to stir the pot
Yeah,
though.
yeah,
I
yeah.
realize
I don't
my
feel
yes might have been a wrong placement there. But
I
yeah,
got
like
you.
kind of like what Alex is saying, he already has the following and the fan base and the audience. And I feel like at this point, Drake is at a point where he could put out anything and people are gonna listen to it. It's gonna go, you know what I mean?
mhm.
So he doesn't need to kind of stir the pot in a sense. Because
Mhm.
naturally people are gonna listen to what he's putting out there. It's just a matter of pleasing the masses. I mean, but that's
That
any
right.
artist in this generation. Like you pretty
that's
much try
true.
to go with the flow because everyone's making music, and I feel in this era that sounds very similar. There's not really too many differentiations between what you're listening to on the radio.
In a
Yeah.
Everybody's
way, but this album, I'm not gonna lie, it had some similarities, but
Mhm.
overall, I will say it did kind of push a different creative aspect, subtly, not a lot, but to a certain degree, I would give it that. But like, there was another point I was gonna make, but the album in itself is just, I don't know. I feel like Drake got, like I said, more honest and like more open. You know what I'm saying? Like gave like a real honest opinion on how he felt about certain things with kind of talking shit about everybody, because it's like you have a lot of these artists making music now that it's so surface level that you don't really know who they are as a person. You can't say you're a fan and you don't really know much about the artist. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like he's also trying to make that connection by showing people how he really feels about certain things and certain people. You know what I mean?
Facts. As
Mhm.
JQC said, until Pusha T pop out, then he hiding behind Jay Prince. It's funny that you mentioned
I'm
Jay
dead.
Prince. Did he mention Jay Prince on the album talking something about
He
Kanye?
did basically was saying like the reason why he squashed the beef was because of Jay Prince, and if it wasn't for Jay Prince, he would much rather like go toe for toe type shit.
Yeah, and you know, like that's the shit that irks me about this album and Drake, bro. It's like I don't know, just stuff like him saying that, like you know what I'm saying, like the only reason he did that was because of Jay Prince and behind Kanye. Like, what is he? I don't know what kind of narrative he's trying to push. Like he's some mobster or something like that. Like I don't know what it is, but it just didn't sit right with me. Like I wasn't feeling
Yeah,
that vibe from him.
for
I
sure,
feel
for
you.
sure. Yeah, so we will definitely keep up with that. We're gonna see what Drake does next and what he says next. He's kind of ignored all the controversy surrounding the album, including the Megan Thee Stallion thing.
Of
So,
course.
I
he's
seen
not really
what
the
what
type to even say anything. So I don't think he is.
what I was
What
gonna say.
happened?
I was gonna say I seen Lil. I think it was like Lil Yachty replied for him
Oh yeah, because yeah.
about the Megan Thee Stallion bar, and you know it's funny, like that people don't catch these things. Like, okay, if Drake didn't talk about it, and Little Yachty already knows that the bar was taken a certain way, means that they spoke about this bar already. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like Drake was probably like, "Yo, I'm gonna say this bar," and you know people are probably gonna get wild up thinking it's about Megan Thee Stallion. When this, that, and the other, I got that vibe when Lil Yachty came on talking about some. Yeah, it wasn't about Megan Thee Stallion. It was about girls getting booty shots and this, that, and the other. And I'm like,
I mean, yeah. I mean, I don't know if y'all for y'all, but Kayla like
yeah, yeah, she
disappeared
she
Yeah,
off.
it
she
seemed like he
disappeared.
disappeared. Yeah.
I'm gonna
But
message
yeah,
her.
that bar definitely, like I said, he said it so witty that it could be taken as for what it is, or it could be taken as, the reference and the metaphor that he used to kind of say that,
Yeah,
which
but
is the whole Meg Thee Stallion situation and her getting shot. I just feel like, yeah, he's reaching in terms of, publicity, but at the same time, he's just being creative, witty, and showing how he really feel about shit. You know what I'm saying? Because at least he lets us know how he feels about the situation. You know what I'm saying? Not that it's his place, but he found a way to talk about it and still make it sound like he's talking about something else.
she said she's gonna jump back in.
All right, cool. Yeah, so we're gonna keep it moving until she jumps back in. So we got a little bit of time. Next thing we're gonna talk about is the Kyrie Irving situation. There's definitely a lot of stuff going on with that, bro.
Yeah, Zersky.
Definitely a lot of stuff going on about that. So I definitely want to hear everybody's opinion on that, including everybody in the chat and all that. But so I'm not sure of exactly the list. Don, maybe if you Google real quick, I'm sure you could bring it up. There's a list of things the NBA has provided to Kyrie Irving in order to eliminate this dilemma that he's found himself
I'm
in.
about to find it right
So
now.
quickly, in case, because I think a lot of people aren't exactly sure what Kyrie Irving did because it wasn't as publicized as the Kanye West incident, but Kyrie Irving posted recently, a couple of days ago, I believe, a video or an advertisement of some sort of trailer that highlighted some aspects of a movie that is on Amazon Prime that is allegedly as some sort of anti-Semitic propaganda or something like that, from what I understand, like from what the whole movie is. I don't think the clip was up for long. It's probably up for a couple of hours before he was forced to remove it. Since then, he's paid a $500,000 fine. He's been suspended for 5 games. He's committed to learning, spending some time at some sort of Jewish education assembly or something like that. But I don't know. They're still saying it's not looking good for him. Nike, of course, has ended their partnership with him. As we know, Kyrie Irving has had a very suspended. I mean, nigga, suspended means it's done. Like, I don't think they're gonna. I don't think it's like
It just depends. They're basically giving him a chance to clean up his act, and then if he doesn't, then they'll end their partnership with him. But it's
Yeah,
suspended for now.
but I think they there was a shoe he was supposed to put out that they scratched.
Yeah, and they put that on hold. They ain't
But
scratch it yet. They just said they put everything on
oh,
hold.
got
I
you,
was
got
reading
you.
the article. Yeah.
So with the we was talking about the six requirements. One is apologize and condemn the film he promoted. One second, let me get K back in. Condemn the film
How do
he
you
promoted. Make a 500,000 donation to anti-hate causes. Complete
Which he did,
sensitivity
and they
training.
denied it.
Yeah, complete anti-Semitism training.
They
Meet
denied
with
it.
ADL and
They
Jewish
rejected it.
leaders and meet with the team owner Joe Side to demonstrate an understanding of the situation.
So what is the point of if what is the point of even giving someone a
No,
list of things to do
no. So
if
like,
they
so let me tell you the list of events and how it happened, because I was watching it on ESPN the other day. So what happened was the whole situation with the reporter happened, right? Then because of him and his post on Instagram becoming even more of a big deal, the commissioner reached out to the Nets and told the Nets to suspend Kyrie and make him apologize, right? They didn't at first suspend Kyrie, and Kyrie said that he wasn't going to apologize. But so then Adam Silver then called them again and was like, "Listen, this is looking really bad. You guys have to suspend him, or else we're gonna have to fine both of you." But which I think they ended up getting fined anyway. And then after the fact was when Kyrie was like on some like, okay, let me give them $500,000 and say sorry. But they were on some like, no, we don't want it because almost like the damage has been done. They say that they feel that what do you say? They feel that offended about about the document that he promoted and how he spoke about it and didn't want to apologize, and that's why they rejected the donation. So yeah, that's where they at with all that.
I still don't think it's right though. Just with how Kyrie's being treated, I feel like they're blackballing him, even coming off of COVID.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
it's kind of like the LGBTQ community. Like once you piss one off, it kind of snowballs. But
It's true, but at the same time, though, and not to take away from this situation, just the chain of events that have led up to this with Kyrie Irving, he's always caught up in the middle of some conversation, or he's always against something that everyone else isn't against, and he's like the only person against it. And he's always looked bad in situations like this. You know what I'm saying? Like first it was, what was the first situation before the COVID? What was it? It was
I forgot. The flat Earth.
The the
Unless there's
the the
another one
the,
after
the
that. I forgot.
no, not, that wasn't a big deal. There was something else that he was like in against the fence
Someone
about.
say
Then
some.
it became the whole COVID thing. He didn't want to play ball during COVID. He's like, oh, sorry, George Floyd. When the whole thing with George Floyd happened,
Yeah.
was
What
that
what he
before
told
COVID or after COVID?
What?
That was before COVID, right? George Floyd.
I
Was
don't.
that
Yeah,
before
that
COVID?
was.
Kyrie,
I think that
he
was in the
made
middle of COVID.
In the middle of COVID. So first it was the COVID thing. It was whichever one was first. First it was the COVID thing. Then he tried to say, "Oh, we shouldn't be playing basketball because of the whole George Floyd thing."
Oh,
And
I got you.
when all the basketball players were actually trying to use the games going on to like promote more awareness and stuff like that, and it just he's just always on the other side of the fence, and everybody's looking at him like, "Yo, what the fuck is wrong with you?"
My
You know
my
what I
thing.
mean?
I think it's just it right now. It was just the worst time to be Kyrie, right? Because
Mhm.
like
Right.
because it's Kyrie and he's the one who shared that document. I feel like another player wouldn't have got as much heat as Kyrie. They would have got heat. I don't know how bad it would have been, but because it's
Because it's Kyrie.
Kyrie,
Yeah, I
they
agree.
like
Agree.
they
Because of his
went
status, his
ham on him
social status.
because they probably already think his thought process or whatever he got from that documentary is gonna be the absolute like worst. Like you know what I'm saying when it comes to Kyrie, but like yeah, I feel like the NBA did him crazy wrong just for that, just for sharing a documentary. You know what I'm saying? Nobody really heard him out.
And if anybody should be blamed, it was that reporter, bro, because he put up the post on Instagram. They made him take it down,
Mm-hmm.
and then it almost wasn't even talked about. Like it was almost as if it didn't even happen after that. Then
Yep.
out of nowhere, he goes and plays a game, has a bad game, and then the reporter just wants to start questioning him about the Instagram post or Twitter post, whatever it was,
Mm-hmm.
and like wouldn't let it go no matter how many times he tried to shut down the question and ask the guy to just please ask me about basketball. So
Facts.
I felt like if that reporter wasn't going so hard towards him,
Yeah, that was going hard.
he probably wouldn't have even been in this situation for
And,
real. He would have got away with it.
and real
You know what I'm
quick,
saying?
JQC says some would say they're proving Kanye right, and I mean,
That's what I was gonna say. I
yeah,
feel like
yeah.
that's
Yeah,
the
that's
thing that
another
we're all
thing
It's
though.
ignoring
That
here.
is
That's the
another thing
real
though.
important
nah.
thing.
So
Is that
so
this all that this is proven is that freedom of speech is being furthermore being eliminated in this country
Right,
over foolishness.
Yep.
right.
And two, that clearly with the chain of events and how things have happened, he's proving everything that Kanye West has said to be correct. You know
To
what I'm
be
saying?
correct, that's true.
Because you could use the Kanye West attack as, oh, and that's an attack on Kanye West because he's Kanye West and all shit. The fact that now it's happening to Kyrie Irving. So now what we're saying, that we're going to do this to every single person that has somewhat of a celebrity status and has a difference of opinion. Come on. That's
Right,
ridiculous at this point. And
but the
that's what
thing
the issue is. The issue,
the thing with this situation is that Kyrie really didn't even get to say his opinion. He didn't really say nothing. He
but
just
that's my point,
yeah,
EJ. That's
yeah.
what I'm trying to say right now. The niggas, he did not even say nothing. The man's
right,
being eliminated because he posted something that is on Amazon Prime.
Yeah,
If
yeah.
right,
he's to be held responsible for this, why is Amazon Prime not responsible? I can go press play and watch that whole movie right now.
right. And that's
Also, the
another
NBA
conversation that
does
came up.
the NBA along with many other networks and stuff does a lot of business with Amazon Prime.
That's a fact. And I was gonna say that's another thing that came up in the talks too was why is Kyrie trying to be silenced when Jeff Bezos is out here about to buy the Washington Commanders and ain't nobody questioning him about like how why he's even promoting that video. And
Jeff
not to say
Bezos
that
and
he's
Jay Z.
against
Do
yeah,
you
yeah,
feel like
Jeff
there's
Bezos
a
and Jay-Z. And
greater
not to say that
agenda
Jeff
at play?
you said what?
Do you feel like it's a greater agenda at play? Like
I
beyond
mean it
just
could
Kyrie?
it definitely could be. I mean, you could even say it's a racial thing at that too, because like
Mhm.
I said, Jeff Bezos is white, owns Amazon and published the movie produced by whoever created that documentary. And
Mhm.
Kyrie Irving is just a celebrity who watched it, but we're bashing him more than we're bashing Jeff Bezos. You know what I'm saying? So
The person
it
that's
almost
producing
seems racial as well too. So it's definitely a slippery slope. But that's the conversation that came up on Twitter that I seen that a lot of people were saying like how Jeff Bezos is just out here about to buy a football team and nobody's asking him about his involvement with producing that documentary on his platform. So
Also,
you
with the
know it
when
is
it
very
comes to the Kanye stuff, I feel like the whole Kanye situation kind of tied into this because that happened to Kanye. I feel like that's probably a little bit of the reason why they didn't even let Kyrie get a word out. You know what I'm saying? Like not even get to express himself in any way because of that
right.
Kanye situation. So that's I feel like that's another reason they went so hard on Kyrie.
Yeah, and again, freedom of speech is being taken away.
Yeah, definitely. Not to go on a tangent, but
Mhm.
as far as music, even with freedom of speech, certain, I think it was Georgia in the case with all these different arrests that's going on with the RICO case, they were saying lyrics were going to be used for indictments and stuff like that. That freedom of speech is definitely something that's starting to be redefined in this era.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. I think it's obviously like they just trying to like silence certain people or people that they feel have like a certain platform or a certain following amount of
Influential.
people. You know what I mean? But again, like it's fucking weird. You know what I mean? It's like why? And again, the thing that's funny about it to me now is that like they're going so hard with it now that it's kind of making them look stupid because it's like you're showing so easily that there's a clearly an agenda here. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like you have to understand. You're talking like you can't. I mean, obviously you can, but it is not right to take someone like Kyrie Irving is not just like, oh, he's just famous for being like on a podcast or some shit. The nigga works. He works. He plays professional basketball at a professional level for America, for America's fucking sports, whatever you call it, that the NBA is under, right?
Mhm.
So does that mean because of that now, how could you? I'm working. The shit that I posted don't got nothing to do with my job or how I perform my job. Same shit that we saw with
Mhm.
Tiger Woods back in how much years when Tiger Woods got caught cheating on his wife. They made the man damn near stop playing golf.
Yep.
If these things have nothing to do with my performance of my job, why should I be put in a situation where I cannot do my job until I apologize or redeem
Word.
myself for these things that have nothing to do with my job, right?
Word.
These people literally made a list as if this nigga was a slave boy or an errand boy. Like, oh, you have to go complete these things,
Yeah.
and after you complete that, then we'll see and we'll talk about how your status as far as being back on and how does that make sense? How difficult, right? And how unacceptable do we think it would be to the world if Adam Silver, whatever his name is, or the whole NBA just made a video or whatever Twitter, Instagram, whatever, and said, look, Kyrie plays basketball for us, but that does not mean that we have to agree with every single political thing that he does. You get what I'm saying? He's his own person.
Right.
He's probably got his own religious beliefs. As long as what he's doing does not jeopardize his ability or anyone else's ability to play on that court, I don't see why he would be put in any kind of situation to be forced to apologize. And that
Yeah.
goes to show you, because for example, the Kanye West situation, Kanye West right now is technically not signed or owned by anyone, so all they could do was take his shit. They couldn't put him in a position to be like, oh, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Kyrie Irving, they know these NBA players and the NFL players, these sports players, they literally rely on these contracts year by year. You get what I'm saying? Like they know how this works. They know that you're literally working for them day in and day out. So that's forcing someone in a situation, no?
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
definitely.
But my thing with that is like, I mean, I don't think that's ever gonna change, and
Mhm.
that's pretty much how it's always been. So I don't think it should be a
It's
surprise.
gonna get worse.
I don't. I mean, yeah,
It's
it
When
gonna
you
get
say that's
worse,
when you
bro.
say
You
that's how
gotta.
it's always been,
that's always yeah.
you
That's
mean
always
like as far as what?
like you if you went out and spoke out against certain thing that like a big company didn't like, they're gonna do whatever they can to silence you. You know what I'm saying? Like if it was the NBA, they're gonna
I wouldn't
silence
say
you.
that, bro. I would say at most they tried to take your stuff away, but silence you. Like even when that back in the day when Rick Ross had that rape line over in the song, he just lost the Mountain Dew thing. It wasn't like
Yeah, I
they
mean,
didn't
yeah,
make
yeah,
no
yeah.
statement.
When I
They
say
didn't put out
okay,
a document showing how they did it and make all these. It wasn't a big thing. It was just, oh, he said this fucked up thing. We don't agree with it. And again, that's rape. That's like universal. That's just terrible. You get what I'm saying? A nigga is not allowed to have to put up a video. Like, come on, bro. These companies, you can't justify these companies trying to
oh
silence
nah.
people.
I'm not justifying it. What I'm saying is that is it won't ever like that's not what they're gonna do. They're
It's
not.
not going, and it's
It's
not going
not
to
gonna
stop.
happen. The only way is if people stop really supporting them. When it comes to like buying stuff like Nikes, buying Adidas, supporting the NBA, watching NBA games. That's really the only way. Are people gonna do it? That's the real question. That's the
Probably
real
not.
question.
But
I
then,
mean, I
but
seen
the
I seen
thing,
people on Twitter burning Adidas and Nikes, but is that like what like a lot of people are gonna
That
do.
shit don't do nothing. That shit don't do
After
nothing
you,
because
after you've
regardless,
already bought the sneaker, when you burn it, they don't
Yeah,
get
yeah, I
the,
seen
the
some.
money
Yeah,
or the
Right.
rest
yeah,
of it.
like
Spend the money with them
man,
already.
they're trying to make a
yeah.
statement, but like
What
art.
I was gonna say though, the reason being though, the most important thing is the fact of the world's getting more and more sensitive as time goes on, like which is probably one of the roots of things behind this whole freedom of speech thing is everybody's sensitive. You can't say something without hurting somebody else's feelings, and once you hurt somebody else's feelings, it's a fucking lawsuit. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like nowadays it's getting more and more prevalent that these companies are now following almost like this universal uniform law where it's like we believe in this and we think like this and we do things like this
But
because if
Clay,
we
what I'm
don't because if we don't America doesn't accept us or it's not accepted, and that shit is dumb,
but
but it seems like
what
it's
I'm
getting worse.
saying is, if someone works for you, or whether they have they have their sneaker, their t-shirts on your company, whatever, how difficult is it just to publicly say I do not agree with that? Do you know how much people in the world, in America, or even in the
I
world,
agree with you.
are in
I'm just
business
telling you
together
how it
and they are
is.
not politically aligned?
Yep.
We
No,
don't
I
have to,
I
you know what
agree
I'm
with
saying?
you. I agree with you, but
Like,
that's just America is just being ran like everybody has to have the same fucking beliefs, and it's stupid. Not to
yeah,
say I
it's
Yeah,
agree with
agree
it,
correct.
but I'm
to
just saying
disagree
it is right now.
nowadays. I get you, Clay. Like, there's a lot of people who may have opinions and they feel like they're reluctant to share. They may be
They're
reluctant
reluctant
to
to
share
share,
them
yeah, because it's
because
like
they
I have to
know.
think like this to keep my job, or I have to
Say that
think like this
right,
to keep my contract. You know what
bro.
I'm saying? And that's the way the world is. It's stupid. I'm not saying I agree with it, but that's the way the world is, and it seems like it's getting worse. And I don't know how the hell we gonna find a way
Bro,
around it
listen,
because
I think certain people need to just, because what you're saying is correct for certain situations. There's no way anybody if Adidas is not even in a fucking American company. They are fucking German. They're known
they're
for killing
German.
half the
Word.
fucking Jews that were killed anyway. Why
Word.
wouldn't y'all just shut up and not say nothing? These people are about to lose over 40% of their sales.
Right.
That is insane. If you understand
Yeah.
how numbers for a company and a business works,
in the
that is
fourth quarter.
insane.
In
For
the
something that
10% loss is a
you
lot.
did not, they niggas already knew y'all wasn't really on good terms with Kanye anyway.
Yeah.
All y'all
Right.
had to do was be like, y'all know we don't fuck with this nigga, but we got sneakers to sell. So until people stop buying them sneakers, we're not all Gap. Why would you do this? It makes no sense. All you have to say is, look, bro, Gap has been a company long before Kanye West was even born.
Yeah.
Right.
we don't agree with him. We don't have to agree. Just because he tweeted some shit or said whatever he saw in a movie, we don't even know what this nigga does on a day to day. You know what I mean?
It ain't even about a company.
But then you know how people are. The
Down to
second they see
company.
a statement like that, they're gonna be like, "Oh, you agree with him? We're boycotting your store." People are
Yeah,
fucking
We're
that's what
not
I'm
in your
stupid.
saying.
store. There's
People are
no way.
stupid.
I still see. There's no way. Any reason why Adidas is about to not be able to sell Yeezys is because they're going to be forced to take the literal Yeezy symbol off of the
Off
Yeezy.
the shoe. No, I know
Other
that.
than that, if they had just not said nothing, everybody would have still bought them shits. Man.
Oh yeah, no, for sure.
Other than
I agree.
yes, maybe. Funny thing is, half of the people, like the
I
uppity
agree.
famous people and shit, huh?
No,
Go
I
ahead,
was
go
just
ahead.
saying I
Can you hear
agree.
me?
For sure, I agree.
Yeah, we hear you.
Oh, half of the famous people and shit, especially the ones that were particularly close to Kanye West, the people that knew him, they were probably getting Yeezys for free anyway. He was just sending them shits to people. Dennis Rodman, mad people who was just opening them. You know what I mean? The people like us on our level, them niggas wasn't gonna stop. Matter of fact, if you go on StockX right now, they're still selling. Their resale
No, I
prices
know. The
are
price
higher
went
than they
up.
were before all this shit happened.
Yeah, the price went up. I knew it would. I
Because
knew it
the
would.
value, it's like
But
stock
that's,
market.
I mean,
The
like
value of them is
I said, like people aren't gonna stop supporting these companies, so they're just gonna do what they
is
do.
support, EJ? Define the word support. Who is supporting Adidas?
When I say support, like people, we're not gonna stop going out there and buying Adidas. The general population, like people, like you know what I'm saying. Not me. I'm not gonna say me because I don't be rocking.
You don't
like,
even buy Adidas,
well,
right? You
I
don't
don't
even
really buy Adidas like that. I think I bought one pair of Adidas one time.
We're not going to stop buying them. Trust me.
You said
There's
what?
no, because if you care about that type of shit, 90% of the people that even care about Yeezys or whatever to buy them, they don't give a fuck about politics like that. Come on, we're talking about these 13, 14-year-old kids in high school. They don't give a shit about that.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Like, this won't stop. They won't stop having the control because people are letting them have the control. They're going and supporting these companies. That's what I'm saying.
But that's what I'm talking about. Okay, it was just kind of like when we were talking about the rap thing, and we were saying like how the audience that rappers are trying to impress are not even the audience that buys into the music. Rappers are trying to impress a bunch of hood niggas, and the people that buy the music are white kids in suburbs, like you mentioned, Lil Timmy, right?
Yeah.
Right.
Same situation here. Why would Adidas or any company care about the motherfuckers that's not buying their shit? You do not. The people that got mad at Kanye West, you do not see them wearing Yeezy. You do not see them wearing it. They couldn't even tell you how to buy it. They couldn't even tell you where to go to buy that shit.
Right.
So why would you bend your company or your laws or your beliefs or whatever instead of just saying, look, we don't know what Kanye West said. We don't even be on the internet, nigga. We trying to sell sneakers and clothes. Whatever he said, that's crazy. We don't agree with it. But
that's crazy.
No one is forcing them. There's no way. America does not. Do you know when you run a company and something goes wrong, whatever, like say you have EJ Enterprises and Troy works for you and your son, he says some wild shit. No one is going to send you a letter that says you have to end your company and lose all your assets if you don't publicly. No one does that. Nothing would have happened to Adidas or Gap had they just left the situation alone.
They would have just lost some sales cut.
Depending on whatever, like everybody's saying, they proving Kanye right. Depending on what I'm saying, what kind of ties they got when it goes up the ladder. I don't know. You know what I'm saying?
But that's what I'm saying. If, for example, they had not done that, niggas would have just been like, this nigga's crazy, right? Which obviously niggas were still saying that. But I mean, from the events that we've seen take place the last couple of days, it seemed like he's less and less crazy. He was framing it in a crazy way, but what he was actually saying seems like it's what's actually happening.
I mean, they definitely proved his point. I mean, you're right about that. Like everything that he said, they're doing it to, to him and to Kyrie. And probably, this I feel like it's probably been done before to other people. It's just not on such a big scale.
Yeah, and it's. I mean, I personally, I don't remember anyone specifically with this because it seems this Jewish thing is the prime factor here that really they don't want to. They want you can't even post about. I feel like at this point it's like a scare tactic. So anybody else, because you see with Kyrie, all he did was post a video. Yeah. What can you even do less than that? Like he didn't say anything out of his mouth. So at this point, they're not even just trying to control speech. You know what I'm saying?
They're trying to control content.
Yeah. I mean, like you said, it just makes people not want to even say anything or be careful about sharing their opinions publicly. It's almost like there is the safe space to have that freedom of speech, even if you don't necessarily say it directly. But like you said, through the content that you create or the content that you promote.
BK Amputee just commented, I think they were right for pulling out, but should have pulled out since he called slavery a choice. That was a minute ago when he said that.
Yeah, I don't even think he had
he's trying to say they should have pulled out at the time when he said slavery was a choice. And I don't think they would have pulled out for that going off.
And that's what I'm saying. It's like literally talking in circles. Why do y'all not think they didn't? They don't care what you have to say about niggas. You can say whatever you want about black people. And
yes,
niggas.
Jay.
But nobody cares about
black
that.
people. It devalues. I mean, especially when we're talking about those.
Come on, man. Y'all gotta see that. How much times have y'all watched shows? Black people make fun of ourselves. Other cultures make fun of us. Asian people could. It doesn't matter. Nothing. Yeah. There's no consequences. No consequences. Never. The minute you start talking about them. Look, me and someone else I was talking to the other day brought this up. Who do you think did that shit to Dave Chappelle back in the day when he refused to do that season 3 of that show? Wasn't they calling him crazy when Dave Chappelle won't take, what was it, $50 million or some shit like that?
Yeah.
Dave Chappelle won't take. Why do you think, how crazy do you think them Jewish people or what they had been telling to Dave Chappelle for a black man to look at them dead in the face and say, no, I'm not, I don't want that $50 million.
He was smart for that. I mean, I think even
isn't
at
it the
time,
same shit? So why is Dave Chappelle smart but Kanye and Kyrie Irving is crazy?
I mean, I can. So Kyrie Irving, I wouldn't say it's crazy because Kyrie, like I said, Kyrie just got kind of like that trickle down from Kanye, right? I feel like Kanye, I guess he proved a point, right? But to prove a point, like I don't know if he knew he was gonna lose, like get off the billionaire list or lose money or whatever the situation is. If he knew it was gonna happen, to lose all that and to prove your point, I don't think I would have done it. Kyrie's situation is just a little bit different, but like I still believe, the point is proven. You know what I'm saying? That's fact is a fact. That point looks like it's been proven. Kanye's point.
Not for nothing though. Like that was a good example to bring up because I'm not gonna lie. Just like that Dave Chappelle situation, I feel like, and I always felt like, with Adidas dropping Kanye has control over the situation. You know what I'm saying? In terms of, okay, fuck it, you want to drop Yeezys, and now Yeezys is 100% mine. If he comes up with the right game plan, then man, it's over. Like that
Is
shit is
Yeezys
complete.
100% his?
his own shoe manufacturing.
Yeah, it's 100% his. He just has to figure out his manufacturing and
You
all
guys
of
gotta
that
remember,
other
he was
stuff.
before either the Adidas deal or the Gap deal. Him and Kim Kardashian was selling Yeezy.com was
Yeah,
a website
he was selling
where
stuff. Yeah, he was
they
already
had
selling
stuff on
stuff.
there. But again, that is what made him go get these big deals, is because the sales they were making on there wasn't what he wanted. He wanted this shit to be worldwide, and they don't have the
And
money
that's what
to
I'm
do
saying.
that.
In order to mass, if he finds a way to mass produce things on his own and still maintain 100% ownership, he's gonna make everybody look stupid. And in my opinion, I feel like he's in control to keep that. You know what I'm saying? And to do that, I feel
I
like
mean,
he
not
might.
for
He's
now.
gonna
We
figure
saw what
it out.
happened when he tried to show up at Skechers, and I'm sure Skechers was slapping themselves in the face that they couldn't take that deal, because that would have been
Like I said,
quite lucrative for Skechers.
Like I said, if Kanye, like you said, if it's like you saying, Kanye got control, and like he proved this point, and he got control, and he gonna come back on top, then I guess it made a lot of sense to do it. And I'll be the first to say, hey, he made a lot of sense. I ain't see where he was going with it, but he made a lot of sense. But me, I wouldn't. That's a high, like everybody talk about LeBron, and they wanted LeBron to stand on Kyrie, like, you know what I'm saying? There's like, oh, you should have, you know what I'm saying, said this or that.
Come on, bro. You think
LeBron's
that clearly
He's
wasn't
not gonna
happening.
mess up his money.
Exactly.
Yeah, like,
he's not
that
going.
nigga's the face of Nike.
He's not going to risk
Right.
billions of dollars. I don't care if he really thought Kyrie was right. He could have thought Kyrie was right in his head, like, yeah, that nigga right.
Yeah,
Come
but
on,
he's
bro.
not gonna ever say that.
Why you not seeing
publicly.
certain black people? They know the nigga
Like
like LeBron.
a
He
little
knows.
bad.
Yeah, so
You can't
he
fumble
not.
it.
So he gonna make sure he distances himself from that. You know what I'm saying? No matter what he think, because he want to keep his money. And maybe if a time and place comes where he feels like he can have a hold of things, and like I said with Kanye, if this is the time where Kanye felt that's the right time and he got a hold of things and he gonna come out on top, then maybe he doing something right. I don't know, but I don't think LeBron was going to risk his billions for that.
I know LeBron happy as hell right now that Kyrie didn't come to LA in the offseason. I know he happy as hell.
They reprimanded.
Because imagine if Kyrie was playing for the Lakers this season, dealing with the same drama.
I mean, the Lakers, they already not doing too hot.
Yeah,
this
they already not doing too hot, but they probably.
I don't think Kyrie would have won.
They wouldn't have won the one game that they won. They would have been really going this shit.
He's saying like the publicity that would have came with it. It would have been bad.
Yeah, JQC said they reprimanded LeBron for saying, "I'm getting Jewish money." When did he say that?
I don't even know when he said that.
But if he said that it was probably a minute ago, because I feel like I remember something like that with LeBron.
If anything, that's a compliment. Jewish people should feel complimented.
Saying. They all getting Jewish money, and that's what's so weird. Why do these Jewish people so badly not want us to say what's happening? Like that's
they don't want y'all to know. They don't want y'all to know the secrets,
when we
man.
feel like we getting our bread, we say, "Yo, we getting that Jewish money."
Ain't nobody trying to tell us no secrets. They just telling us what's going on. Like
they don't want you finding out the secrets and doing it. You know what I'm saying, to get you some money. Because look, there's some, like, I've been knew this, but I kind of like found out more about it. Like this insurance thing that like these high people do, especially on like rappers and stuff. And it's not even conspiracy; it's a real deal thing. Like they put life insurance on these people, like maybe rappers or people who are like on the edge, or you know what I'm saying, and they make dumb bread from life insurance on you know what I'm saying, these people. That's a hustle right there. You know what I'm saying?
That's been a thing.
A lot of them do. So
and you know how they learned that, nigga? Tupac and Biggie. Probably
not for nothing. Like while we talking about that, I mean, how do y'all feel about with all these deaths going on under QC?
Yeah. I mean, it's nuts, man. We spoke about it last episode, but like, I don't know. I feel like just the hip hop rap community just needs to calm down a little bit. Like I don't know how to really explain it more without getting too deep into it, but just the hip hop rap community, the black community, the hood community, the whatever, like just needs, you know what I'm saying, calm down a little bit.
Yeah, man, definitely a lot of stuff going on. What anybody got the time? What time is it?
We looking at 10:09.
What?
10:09. We 45 minutes in.
Okay, so it's probably a good time to get into that main discussion. But before that, we definitely, like I said, always say we're gonna keep keeping up with Kyrie Irving and whatever else goes on with his situation and the Kanye West situation. And real quick, just some honorable mentions before we get into our main discussion about stuff that's going on. Of course, we're going to mention RP to Aaron Carter, who was found dead, unfortunately, of an apparent overdose a couple days ago.
So a lot of that going on in Hollywood right now too.
Facts.
Man. So I'm saying it's a lot of death,
And before I have a question. I'm gonna try and say this question as serious as possible, without like making it a joke or anything, because this is somebody's life we're dealing with. So try and like stay straight. I'm gonna smile, but like, why everybody gotta die in a bathtub? And this is the real deal question. If anybody knows, like every time you hear about somebody dying, a big high profile person, it's in a bathtub. So I don't know if like.
I don't know. I can't think of any other bathtub deaths.
Nigga, Whitney Houston, her daughter. Then what's his name died in the bathtub?
Everybody's
the Full House dude. He died in the bathtub.
What did all those deaths have in common, EJ?
Drugs. All the drugs.
What's drugs got to do with a bathtub? I don't know. Like maybe.
Hey, bro, I feel like it's not just an atmosphere thing, but also just usually when those type of hardcore drugs are happening, you're alone, and the most private place is the bathroom. So I can imagine they probably the toilet is probably
and then when you're on drugs and you're tripping, 9% of the time
just laying down in the tub. You know,
most of them either start saying because
that
a lot
was a
of
dead serious question.
Too,
I ain't gonna cap. That was a dead. I really didn't understand.
Right, that's my
bathtub.
A lot of times when you're drunk or high too, you'll be like, okay, let me take a shower. You know what I'm saying? I'll shower right away to get it. You know what I'm saying? Like I'll feel better. I feel like part of that too. They get super. They clearly know they're tripping, so they're like, shit, I gotta go to the bathroom, and they end up in the tub, and that's it. They dead. You know what I'm saying? Like so.
They hit that peak.
Shit, if I ever hit that, if I ever get that point, I ain't going to the bathtub, man, because I feel like that's where it ends, right there.
Facts. So RP to Aaron Carter, and he's only 34 years old. He's still surprisingly he's older than Takeoff, who was only 28. Right. Also, real quick, just to get everyone's quick opinion, we're not going to go into a deep conversation about it. Midterm elections are coming up, as far as voting and all of that. There's been some buzz going around. They're saying Trump is going to throw his hat in again, that on November 14th, he will be announcing that he'll be running for president again in 2024.
Is he allowed? I thought federal charges against him.
Well, he'll find a way. Trump always finds a way. That brother, he finds a way.
You want to talk about Mr. Stir the Pot? You want to talk about Mr. Stir the Pot? That man Trump finna stir that motherfucker.
So starting with Clay, what you think? What you think? Oh man, here we go again, or you think doesn't even matter at this point?
Me no know. What a real answer? Me no know, brother. Me no know. Yo, son, we all have election this Friday, and I've been seeing all these signs for vote Senate this, vote sheriff that. Me not even know where to look or where to start, though, brother. Me no know.
Yeah. I mean, as far as the Trump thing, though, I feel like at this point, I feel like he actually has a chance at winning if the Democrats
he has a chance. I ain't gonna lie. On a serious note, I think Trump has a real chance, though.
Yeah, because I don't know right now we're not seeing any strong Democrats that look like they could really.
Democrats, period, is looking weak, and it's because of Biden, brother.
This is for.
I mean, they've been looking weak for a while, but because of Biden, they're looking real weak.
Yeah, he making it. Anything in the chat? Anybody say anything in the chat? Or?
Just laughs. From the
but
I think this is okay when you say midterm election, because like when it comes to elections and stuff like that, I always get confused. This is for whoever is running for 2024.
Yeah, I think this is the point where they pick whoever is going to be. They have to showcase why they should be allowed to even run in 2024.
Right. So this is like select the candidates.
Yeah.
Got you.
And again, Trump. Like EJ said, I'm not super into it, so I don't know if there is a dominant Democrat candidate, but I just haven't heard of none. We still can't find Kamala Harris. You know what I'm saying? Fucking Joe Biden is just
fuck that.
I don't know what's going on with Joe.
Cruising.
Definitely.
I see the only
definitely get educated on midterm elections. BKM to tell you, definitely. I'm gonna definitely look more into, because I was thinking about it today. I'm like, man, I don't really know much. And respectfully, I was gonna go and but I think it's tomorrow, right? No, Tuesday.
Tuesday.
I definitely was gonna pull up, but like I was gonna pull up very uneducated. They were like, bro, do you know anything about what's going on right now?
Use
Not
your
really.
sample ballot.
But
Use your
I
sample.
guarantee
yeah.
you, you would not be the only one.
Yeah.
That
But as for Trump running, I mean, hey, take a crack at it, man. It's your what you say? It's your American choice. Like you can do it. So, and will he win again? That man got a cult following. He got a cult following.
Definitely
So
does.
People struggling and want another
not to mention, beyond the cult following, I feel like there's people who might not have voted for him 4 years ago, but now they like, look, man, you know what I'm saying?
Especially
I still gotta listen to what he said. Trump's still kind of.
I don't know if I'm there yet. I don't know if I'm at that point yet. But I can see why anybody would be like, you know,
right?
I mean,
switch it up, see what's up. But yeah, I mean, because we haven't heard much of him, because he's been, I don't know if he's been silenced, canceled, or whatever it was. He hasn't been on Twitter or this, that, and the other. He has only been on his social.
Yeah, no, same.
Like, you know what I'm saying? It's like, okay, let's see what he got to say when he come back. But
you gonna say I'm back, nigga? Let's go.
In those exact words, that's probably exactly how he gonna say.
He gonna be the same BS. Boy.
He gonna pick up right where he left off.
Word, you think that's gonna change?
No, he definitely is.
So
he gonna be like,
bro, he gonna walk on stage
bro.
and be like, "Excuse me." He's gonna walk on stage and say the same
I mean,
thing.
we gotta see what's up. We gotta see what he's talking about. But yeah, like you say, he gonna come back right where he left off. And honestly, when he left, the nigga was mad annoying to me. I ain't gonna lie. He was just annoying as hell. So
that's that's the thing. Imagine him now. Imagine him coming back. He's gonna be like that annoying nigga that left school and then came back. You're like,
and then his cult fan base is
gone.
He's annoying, but his cult fan base was even more annoying, bro. I never seen like so many people cling on one person's genital area so hard, bro.
Yeah. And when he comes back, like, that's gonna be worse too, because they all gonna be like, look, yo, you know,
they're gonna be popping out the woodworks,
bro. Come on,
man. I feel like I gotta say it. White people got more bold during that election.
Very.
Just the way
I mean,
and I'm not downing any race. You know, just from my personal experience, this is a fact for me. Definitely had some interesting interactions throughout that whole election process, even down to like unfriending certain people because of certain posts, certain notions made on Facebook or on any social media platform. But if Trump was to throw his name in the hat again, I would definitely say mentally prepare for what that means for you.
Oh my God.
And definitely, if you don't believe in it, definitely get right with your right to bear arms. And I'm gonna leave that there.
But the crazy thing is, he only showed a racial profiling against one group of people, and it just seemed like all the racists just came out though. You know what I'm saying? It was like he talked about building a wall against the people in Mexico, and then all the people was like, "Yeah, fuck them Nners too," and it's just like. He wasn't talking about us. He was talking about the Mexicans.
Listen, y'all spoke a lot about freedom of speech. Y'all want to see how crazy it get with freedom of speech if he gets back in election or whatever with Elon Musk running Twitter, and Elon is a huge advocate of freedom of speech. They about to go crazy on that motherfucker. They about to.
But again, we need to differentiate between hate speech and regular speech. Saying that you talking about someone else's religion or race does not automatically qualify as hate speech. Not. If I walk inside of a room and say, "Damn, there's a lot of Chinese people in here," that is not hate speech.
That's not hate speech.
Yeah, well, I mean, you're gonna start seeing a lot of damn.
I never seen Trump. I never seen Trump tweet, "I don't like black people." I never seen him tweet, "I don't like niggers." I never seen him tweet nothing racist. Honestly speaking.
But what I'm saying,
specifically towards black people, I don't think I've ever heard him say anything towards us.
Yeah.
But yet,
the bar's
all the white people that are racist towards us seem to think that he has their back.
Yeah,
and
the bar's definitely gonna get pushed though. The bar's definitely gonna get pushed. Like we was talking the other day. You gonna see how the other day when Elon Musk took over Twitter and nigga was the number one word.
That's fine. That's totally fine. I want him to be back on Twitter because at least freedom of speech works somewhere. God damn it.
Yeah, well, we gonna see it. It's gonna be a lot. It's gonna be a lot
of
that.
At least it works somewhere. By all means, chat all the fuck you want. I just mute your you know what I'm saying? I just mute your profile. But at least I know freedom of speech works somewhere. For real. I wouldn't even mind.
All right. So we're gonna get into it, man. We're gonna get into the main discussion because it's getting late. I'm sure it's like 10 o'clock now, I'd assume. I don't know.
10:19.
It was 10 o'clock when you asked what time it was, baby.
That is true. That is true. So main discussion now. Trans children. So we got a lot to talk about on this, man. So first off, the backstory to this entire discussion is this Dwayne Wade and I get what's his daughter's name? Because I've been fucking this up all week. Zaya, who we all for a long time has chosen a long time ago, or I'm trying to be careful how I word all this stuff here. I don't know if chosen is the right word, but Zaya is a girl. She's a girl.
Zaya has decided to go from boy to girl and identifies as a girl. Boom.
That's how you say that. That's how it goes. So that has been a deal for a long time. Obviously, we've all been rocking with that. Dwayne Wade and his family is obviously grabbing the union. His wife, they're rocking with it. More recently, though, in the past week, out of seemingly nowhere, Zaya, is that she's not with this.
She's been not with it.
She's been not with it. I didn't know that. I didn't honestly speaking.
She's gone public before stating, not public but subliminal, that she has issues with this, and I'm up on this because Dwayne Wade is one of my favorite basketball players, and me personally, I do not agree with allowing a child to make such a decision this early. I don't think my problem really lies with the decision that's being made. It's more so the timing and the freedom of allowing the child to make this decision. I love and welcome the fact that you're open to that ideology of what you feel like you are and how you feel on the inside. I think it's important to allow a child to express their feelings and how they perceive themselves, especially at such an age when you're growing in adolescence. Those are really big factors and really big markers on talking and self-perception. However, I do feel like it is not only inappropriate, but almost even unfit in a sense to allow such a drastic change so early. And that's just my personal opinion. You know what I'm saying? Like, if this was like maybe even like 16 plus, like after driving, you can't even vote right now, and you've,
how old is
and they've,
how old is this child?
I don't even know. I think 15, maybe
14, 15.
I can look that up real quick.
JQC said no one under the age of 25 should be having body altering surgeries unless it's medically needed.
Oh my God, was there a surgery involved?
I think
I was
gonna say, please.
I'm not gonna. I don't know. I was gonna say. I think
that's another thing that people need to clarify.
14 years old, guys.
That's another thing that needs to be clarified. I think a lot of people are assuming that, based on the situation and what has been said in court and stuff, that Zaya went through some sort of physical, like actual surgery. I don't think that was the case. I don't think there's been actual like surgery. There's probably there's obviously some sort of like growth hormones. Maybe he was taking like
pills.
I
think,
yeah.
I don't think there's.
But as far as surgery, I don't think there was any actual
15
surgery.
years old, and like, is the ex-wife wrong? I don't know. I don't feel like she is. As a mother who birthed that child, one is definitely a curve to go from viewing your child as one sex and accepting them into another sex, and the fact that he's remarried and his current wife Gabrielle Union Wade is open and accepting to Zaya. I think it adds more fuel to the fire for the mom as well. It's like, okay, my son is my daughter now, and again, respect to the family for how they roll and how they make these decisions. But I don't think the ex-wife is wrong. I don't think the mom is wrong at all.
Not at all.
Not
at all.
I think she
has every right to feel the way she does at the given opinion.
For sure. I think she has.
Do you think she has a right to take him to court for it?
Heck yeah. I think it's the same thing as parental rights. Like, if we weren't even talking about gender and this was just a matter of custody, like, I think she's entitled to that, and the same thing with, I mean, the child is also old enough to articulate how they feel and what they want as well. Again, I just don't feel like someone under the age of, at minimum, 16, 18, I would be comfortable at 18. Everything else is 18 outside of legally being able to drink. But, I definitely feel like it's too much, too fast, too soon.
No, it
Like,
is, and this isn't even something that's unheard of. Obviously, won't speak into too much detail about where I work and things like that, but I deal with kids that are already going through that same type of transition, and their parents are letting them. And I can't speak my opinion on it, obviously, and how I feel when I'm at my workplace, but it's sad. I'm saying, because it's like these kids think they know what they want, they think they know how they feel, but they're still going through the motions of it. And I don't think it's fair to make a kid go through such a drastic change at such a young age. You know what I'm saying? Just like Kay said, I 100% agree. Let them go through motions, see how they feel. And then by 18, if they feel like they really want to change from A to B or from B to A, then go for it. You know what I'm saying? When you can go ahead and make that decision yourself. I have a kid who's like, some of these kids that are going through changes like aren't even 10 years old yet that I know of. You know what I'm saying? And it's not fair, and it's very.
In certain
I don't want
cases,
to.
I feel like it's really the parents that want this. It's the parents that I think some of these, especially these new age, nuanced parents and stuff. I think they seem like it's cool when they have like a little kid. Oh, he's trans. You're like he's 7. You're like he's trans.
That's even the argument in the situation with Dwayne Wade and Zaya's mom, birth mother, is the fact that they're saying that Dwayne and Gabrielle Union are only doing it because they know it'll make their image look better, and then it's more finance that's coming out of it.
No, I'm glad you brought that up, because to me that's where the key in the heart of all this whole situation is. Because often, even from when this started, or when we started to see that his son was trying to make this transition, from that time I started to think like, all right, if I was Dwayne Wade, what would be my options here in this situation, right? And we also got to think, like, let's, for example, look at Magic Johnson's son, EJ, I believe they call him, who's like basically on the same situation, right? The few times, and this is very few, very, very vaguely, that Magic Johnson in the past even somewhat barely acted or said anything against his son acting that way, he was ridiculed for it. Like, people were like, oh, you know what I'm saying? Like, especially given his situation, was like, how dare you? You know what I mean? So looking at Dwayne Wade now, you got this son must have been around 10 or 11 when he started to feel like he wanted to do this. You're a basketball player, one of the most popular basketball players in the world at this point. What could he have really done? If he had publicly been out,
damned if he do, damned if he don't.
The minute you say that you're against this stuff, especially being in a position like him, and as black males like us, people already assume that we're against shit like that. The minute I said that, boom, they're like, oh, you're anti this, you're anti that. And I feel like, especially being his own child, then they're gonna add in the whole, you're a bad father, which nobody wants to be that. So what was really there?
So you think America would say he's a bad father because he wouldn't let Zaya go through the change quicker than...
Bro, you just admitted yourself. You're dealing with kids under the age of 10 whose parents think this is acceptable, right? And from the most part, and here's where I think Dwayne Wade and them are wrong, is because he could have just been like, fine, sure, yeah, he wants to be a girl, we're gonna let him do that because that's his right. But where I think they're wrong is that they started to literally, I hate to use the word, but started to exploit it. You get what I'm saying? Like they started. I remember there was like a whole magazine spread. Dwayne Wade had a magazine come to her house, and she's dating like another white trans person. They did like a whole magazine photo shoot. And I'm like, dude, I don't even want to see two 15-year-olds kissing on each other like this.
Agreeable. I'm gonna go back to what Clay was saying, because for the same reasons, Clay, I'm a youth development professional by day, without saying where I work also, and it's like there are youth who are experiencing these things, and I have both sides where parents support and parents don't support. And it's just like, it's always going to be that taboo of what, and if anything, like what do we do and when do you do it? Like, when is the appropriate time to even act on something like that? And to Jay's point, like, I definitely feel like it became a marketing ploy because, number one, even let's just say we were talking about straight people. don't even. I get uncomfortable watching movies, and it's like
Yes.
teenagers
I
that
tell
are
these niggas this all the time.
underage
Yeah, I said the
Like,
same thing.
I
doing
don't want to see this shit,
PDA.
bro.
You know, whether it's kissing, you know, touching on each other, it's
That's why
just
I don't
like
watch
it's
Euphoria.
okay. Right. There's
Right.
just a lot. It's triggering, you know what I'm saying? And it pushes an agenda forward as well, especially with them because
Yes.
individually and collectively, they both, Dwayne Wade and his wife Gabrielle, have such a powerful social network. You know what I'm saying? Individually and collectively. And then you
Right.
add this third party in, and they have their own drawing, if you will, just from being who they are to their core or what they're marketing themselves to be. And I just don't I don't like that. I don't like it really made me uncomfortable seeing the transgender Caucasian male, I would say, because I think it was a female going to male.
That's
And it
another
was
thing about all
This
this
is a
stuff that does not
Caucasian
make sense to
human.
me. Like,
yeah, but it was a female going male that was with a
yeah,
man
and
that was
she's
female.
a male, so it's like technically you're straight, no?
I don't get it, man. I don't get it.
Like,
I'm learning though.
Because it's the same thing with
technically-
Bruce
I'm
turning
learning.
into Caitlyn. He go from Bruce to Caitlyn, but then he's still
That's
dating
what I'm
women.
saying.
Well,
Like,
she's
technically,
cutie. She's
if
still
you're
dating women.
Zaya,
It's like, what was
and
the
you were a
point?
boy, now you're a girl, but now you're sexually attracted to girls trying to be boys. Doesn't that technically make you straight? Except you just
Right.
like people.
You like
that
girls who wear the
dress-
pants.
If you were
Cool.
You do,
For sure.
That's what they need to do. Instead of calling that shit trans, they need to make a specific name for people like to dress as the opposite sex, but still date
but I think
heterosexually.
Wait.
Yeah, if that makes
Right.
sense. You know what I'm saying?
all sexual orientation. That's what it all is. Because
Kinda like some
I don't know too much
nope.
about it, but I think you got your sexual orientation, what you prefer sexually, and then you got like what you are. I mean, I don't know.
What you identify yourself as, yeah.
But my nigga, if you are, like I said, if you're Zaya or Zaya, whatever her name is, and you were a dude, and now you're a chick, and you're into chicks that are now dudes, you just switch teams, basically. That's all it is. Like you did like because technically, say he was straight and he was a dude, he still would have been having sex with girls because that
Right.
thing that it's his boyfriend is really a girl.
I've seen that before.
Right.
I mean,
like the parts are still there, and even if you switch the parts, like you just switched, you know, you're still attracted to.
Honestly, it's confusing. Like,
Yeah.
Specifically that situation, just I don't know, but I mean, I don't think it's something that we really supposed to understand 100%.
I mean, they expect us to.
Word.
Like I don't know if you mentioned it because
And know their pronouns and everything else. I mean, I get it, but
Yeah,
shit.
mention the Florida.
Will no longer be allowed to provide treatments such as I'm not speaking to the mic. Doctors in Florida will not be able to provide treatments such as puberty blocking medication, hormone therapy, and surgery to transgender individuals under the age of 18. So,
Agree.
So yeah.
Agree.
Yeah, that doesn't sound crazy.
Still feel like you need to make that
Don't
decision.
sound crazy
I feel
at
like,
all.
yes, it may be uncomfortable for the individual who feels like they fall under that and they don't want to wait and they want to make that decision. But I truly feel like
be
they will be
fine.
okay. If you feel
They will be
strongly
okay.
about it,
That
you
is
will
correct.
wait. You will wait.
That's true. Because why does it sound for someone who's under the age of 18 to be taking hormonal medication that's supposed to give them male features when they're supposed to be a female? And your body's still going through development because you were born one way already.
Yeah,
like,
that's the part for me. Because to me, it's like, okay, if you're under 18 and you just want to dress however, fine. But why should you give kids actual medication to alter their DNA and their hormones?
And they're still going through changes already. Like their body hasn't
not
even
marketing
peaked
children,
puberty
but
yet.
yeah, trans and
But you
sexual
giving them
orientation
hormonal medication.
are separate. Yeah, see, he said trans and sexual orientation are separate. So you can be attracted to something sexually, but I'm not even. You know what? I'm not the right person to even be. Yeah,
exactly.
I get what he's trying to say, but I really can't explain
bro.
it. Like I wouldn't know the right way to explain that.
I don't think it makes sense, brother.
Are you
Because
trying to
Tell me,
define sexual
like being with
orientation?
Caitlyn Jenner, bro.
I don't even know what I'm trying to
How do you
define.
go-
I really don't.
How do you
At
go
this
from
point.
a full man? How do you
trying to
go
define.
from being a full man to a full woman?
Yeah, because like you said,
still
Caitlyn
out
Jenner.
here, but she's
Caitlyn
out
Jenner
here
won
dating
Woman of the Year,
women.
and he didn't do nothing. All he did was just start wearing women's
So
clothes
that
and get
would
breast
be
implants.
Right.
transitioning, and then he likes women. She
She's still
likes
dating
women.
though. So
Yeah, he was still dating women. So
did-
basically, he identifies as
But
a lesbian
prefers to dress as a female. That's all.
right, like a female dressing lesbian
identifies as a
woman.
woman.
Yeah. I
Caitlyn
mean,
now,
like I said, like it's like, I guess it's something like you. It's not we really not supposed to understand it 100%. We're not gonna understand it 100% because it's like all in what I'm saying, their head, what they believe they are. You know what I mean? So
I hope the community
gender
understands that.
JQC said gender equals what you identify as. Sexual orientation equals who you're attracted to. That's what JQC commented.
Usually, I think the legal definition of sexual orientation refers to what you're identifying as.
Yeah.
But my thing is, how can you say you're gay or whatever it is? Like, for example, technically speaking, sexually, Zaya is straight.
Right.
You see,
but she does not identify that kind of like, but technically,
like I be trying to be like open minded on these situations, but it's like so much different. You know what I'm saying? Somebody had in their profile pansexual, and I didn't even know it. I heard the word before, and I really still don't even know it. Know what it means.
Pansexual is someone who's open to anything.
I'm not gonna
literally
cap you, bro. The first time I saw or heard of pansexuals, I literally thought it was people having sex with pots and pans, like taking out pans and shit out their cabinet and rubbing on their private parts. I thought that was like shit for that.
Some new kink.
Yeah, so that's just everybody. But I thought there was another word for who they love everybody.
There's different terms like
it's like it got to a point where it's like, bro, it don't really matter to me no more. I don't want to hear what kind of sexual like, you know what I'm saying, you are.
I got a whole theory behind all this. I'm not even gonna get it.
Go Clay. You open the door. You can't.
Before you
on the
go,
doorstep now, brother. You open the door.
Yeah.
Wait.
This whole episode is gonna
all this. You gonna hate me, man.
Well, Alex had a
comment
before you say what you said.
Of person identity in relation to the gender or genders to which they are sexually attracted. That one was confusing, BK amputee, to me at least. So you can be transgender and be heterosexual. I guess yes. I feel you. Clay, you was gonna say, you said you have an opinion or idea?
Well, weirder than I'm here. Yeah, man, because even like, for example, because I'm only gonna use one example, right? Pansexuals. Every person that I've met, and this is regardless of how they look, I'm just going based off of straight mannerisms and conversation, how they appear, how they present themselves. Every person I've met that was a pansexual came off as the type of person that was only willing to sleep with any and everybody. Not any and everybody like horse, but like would be willing to be with anybody, man, female, or trans or whatever, because it almost felt like they were like dating their hopeless romantic. It was like, this is literally all I have left.
Oh, that's
to be a
pansexual.
Go ahead. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, no, and that's all I was gonna say is sometimes I feel like, and this is not everybody.
I feel like emotions are attached to a lot of this.
I feel like emotions are attached to people's sexual orientations and why they do the things they do. Because even for me personally, you know how many girls I've met that tell me they're lesbians and I end up sleeping with them. So it's like, well, are you really a lesbian? Or did you just not meet the right guy and you feel like the one bad guy you dated 5 years ago made you feel like every guy was like that? You know what I'm saying? And then made you just want to be a lesbian.
Yeah, that's a whole other conversation.
That's a whole conversation.
But what I was gonna say before, now that I remember, pansexual, is that not the same thing as bisexual?
No, because remember, bisexual is straight up.
Yeah, nigga, like, you got my man said
you like men and women and nothing else. Pansexual means
no, yeah.
What other fucking human is there, bro?
Like trans men.
Because
Pansexual, you literally will fuck anything, bro.
I think bisexual is like
Sleep with
it's
anything.
literally but just men and women.
Y'all tell me
No,
what else
men
is
and
out there
women.
besides a man and woman. Somebody tell me.
Break it down for us. Break it down for
He
us.
was just
Dwayne.
Pansexual, like, for example, pansexual
He
is
was
like
just talking about
anything
it.
goes. Like pansexual is like you'll be a transgender male and you'll sleep with like a straight heterosexual male. You get what I'm saying? Like you're just whatever. Bisexual is strictly like, okay, I'm a guy, I date men and women. It's because, for example, a bisexual person might not necessarily have sex with a transgender person. That's the difference.
Right. If it's hard to understand, you have to say.
Pansexual has sex with a transgender anybody, but there's bisexual people who will not sleep with trans people.
Remember, bi mean two, so it's only men and women, nothing more.
You got some people, even straight people, like there's women.
I was gonna say, I mean,
with anybody. I'm telling Dom,
like, okay, I hear what you're saying.
I see why he confused. I see why you confused, Dom.
Yeah, no, I see why he's confused. Yeah, but
it makes sense.
It makes sense,
but it doesn't make sense at the same time because, like, if they're transsexual, they still like a man that turned into a woman or a woman that turned into a man.
Yeah, but the thing is, I feel like for them it's sexual because it's like, okay, if you tell me you're bisexual, that means I know you have sex with either men or women. If you're transsexual, I don't know who the hell you fucking. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I think that's it for them. They're like, okay, if you're trans, you could be sleeping with other trans women. I'm not cool with that. You know what I'm saying? But then I get what you're saying. What you're saying, basically, at the end, we're all either men. And
that's what I'm saying.
And you see, that's the crazy thing about this whole thing, is because what basically EJ's saying, which is technically true, at the end of the day, we have to be either man or woman. Technically, no matter what you identify as, you're one of either of those two. Right? That's just how it is.
Nowadays, that ain't true.
But that's the irony, is because now
you don't see how when you put the application for something, it's like, are you man?
Other
trans or other.
Like what I'm saying. So these days, it's like they trying to push the narrative that there's more than just like, bisexual or man or woman. But like you just trying to say, at the end of the day, even if you've had 10,000 surgeries, you were something.
Okay. BK Amputee made a good point. He said it would make sense if trans people were viewed as man or woman. That's okay.
And they're not. Boom. Exactly. They're not viewed as.
Which
as
I mean, they want to be.
Fluid.
Yeah.
They're fluid.
But in a way, they have to be though, because sometimes I've noticed with people in the trans community, which is weird because you would think someone who goes and transforms himself from one way to the other would be fully open and willing to let everybody know of they are. Sometimes they're afraid to tell people who they are. You know what I'm saying? So you need the term trans man, trans woman to differentiate the two, because you'll have trans people out here just saying, "Oh, I'm a woman," but they were born a man. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of trans people.
I got a question. How do y'all feel about these bathrooms? The bathrooms that are what do they even call them? I think they're called all gender or no gender bathrooms, whichever one.
I honestly haven't seen one in person. I haven't
really.
I haven't seen
unless
one
I
person either. I still see them,
but I don't think
y'all are up north though, right?
Oh, you know what I noticed?
Yeah, me.
I noticed at some restaurants. Sorry to cut you off. I noticed that some restaurants, instead of man, woman, or whatever else you said that they started labeling them, they'll label them family or all bathroom.
Yep. I think like that's the smartest move.
Yes.
Right. So you don't know about it.
I don't agree with the bathrooms that allow those that were born one sex and transition to another sex to share the same bathroom with the opposite people. Like I don't agree with that. But I do like the family vibe, like the family bathroom, or keeping it a blanketed thing where it's open for interpretation on who would use that bathroom. I agree with that, because most of the time they're one stall. But I've seen bathrooms with multi-stalls, and basically, anybody could walk in there. I don't. I've even had a situation where I've had a younger person with me, and the opposite sex from what I saw walked in, and it's like, whoa, wait a minute.
It's funny. I was just about to say, the day I walk into a bathroom, whether men's bathroom, all bathroom, and I see a woman walk to a urinal, I'm gonna fucking shit.
But but for you, that might be like be funny for that side of it. But like for a female,
no, I'd be shook. I wouldn't know what
walks in. It's like,
what was this male? Was he like trans? Or?
Yeah. but appeared as a male.
So, but it was a woman who was dressing up as a. But she walked into the woman's bathroom.
Correct. And even when it was the opposite, even if it was a woman even if it was a woman that was presented as a male and they walked in the male bathroom, it's still like, this ain't right. Like, this ain't right.
I feel like I feel like that person in that situation did the right thing, because if I was like a woman, if I knew that's what I was, I would go into the bathroom with what
you were born as,
yeah.
right? And what I'm saying is, depending on, like, if I was in there by myself, I probably wouldn't have thought two thoughts of it. But because I was with a younger person, it made it difficult. It brought a different It brought, you know what I'm saying? Like, I probably wouldn't have thought twice about it if it was just me. Like, oh, okay, that's around. You know what I'm saying? But because I had a younger person with me who's, of course, inquisitive, like, they're in the wrong bathroom. It's kind of like, how do I, you know what I'm saying? Like, it brings another dynamic when you have
awkward
someone who's oblivious to it. Let me say that.
Yeah, you know? And I think that's why they're trying to make it a more like a standard thing that we all do. Because I'm pretty sure even in schools they're probably teaching this.
We got real quick. We got a comment. BK amputee. I think he was talking about what Clay was saying. He put, I don't know. I used to feel that same. I used to feel that way until I had trans employees to advocate for. So I just wanted to bring that up right there. I think he's talking about. I seen the comment about Clay was talking about going into the bathroom, and that you'll be shook when you seen a. I want to say that's it. I don't know, but I seen the comment.
Well, I mean, it's never happened to me before, so that's why I'd be shook.
Maybe
you know what I'm saying?
He can explain what he's talking about.
I was gonna turn the corner about even like in sports. Like, I do feel if not creating their own league, like, I don't agree if your newfound sex should be the sports.
We had a conversation about that.
BK amputee
essentially it's like
not.
I could technically
Ryan. It seemed like it's Nadlin probably, but as a female who has hit the men's bathroom multiple times, I feel like it can't be hypocritical. My bad. LOL. The lines be too long.
Facts.
Well, that's different. If you want to, you know.
I mean, I guess I'm stuck on that way.
Well, yeah.
I ain't gonna cap. I have used the female bathroom. Like, I'll be looking around. Like, if say like I forgot there was a reason where I used the female bathroom. I think like the men's bathroom was female bathroom. Yeah.
I've done it. If I got pee and that line for the female bathroom,
it's different for y'all. Woman walks to a man's bathroom, most probably like, what the fuck? Man walks to a bathroom full of women, they're like, get the fuck out of here.
Right.
It's frowned upon. Right. It is.
Like it's a little different.
Like,
you crazy.
Right.
And then you got your thing in your hand peeing. You got to say, I'm in here because like nigga.
And they ain't trying to hear that, but a female in the male bathroom ain't gonna get on it. It's true.
That's how we need to get into that situation. But I see what she's saying. Yeah, I see what she's saying. Like. But again, like, what do you know, these people, they have to go to the bathroom like the rest of us. And I feel like some of them, in their head, they're like, okay, I'm a woman. Like in the situation you was in, she's probably like, okay, I'm a woman. Yeah, I identify as a male, but I'm probably not. I don't want to go into the male bathroom and have to explain all of that shit. And you know what I mean? And then when I can just go in the woman, and women are obviously going to know, okay, that's just.
I'm gonna say if I was in that situation, if it was me, and I was a trans person, I would head straight to a stall. Like, just beeline straight to a stall. Just walk into the stall, close that motherfucker.
Yeah, nigga. But
the awkward, that's not the awkward part. Female restroom.
The awkward part is when you leave the stall and you're standing there washing your hands. Now people's walking in the bathroom and they're like, what?
I mean, and like I said, I guess a lot of these laws are for that. Like, I guess, I don't know, like maybe, like, you know, that I want to say feelings, like, you know, you don't want them to feel shamed, I guess. You know what I'm saying? So they want to make a separate bathroom for that reason. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
Right. I mean, more power to them, man. You know, black people fought for a long time to not have separate bathrooms. These niggas want separate bathrooms, you know? So hopefully it works out for them as it did for black people. Because I feel like if you and your people, you know, are going through something and y'all feel like, because like a bathroom is a necessity. People got to use the bathroom, you know? So just because you are whatever your sexual orientation is or how you identify your gender, I don't think it should be this complicated for them to figure out this this bathroom situation for these people, you know. Before we go though, we're gonna touch a little bit more, talk a little bit more about the Dwayne Wade Zaya situation. So just getting everyone's general idea of starting with Kayla. So you said you believe they did exploit that. This is they're exploiting their.
100%. 100%. I feel like they took it and are taking it too far, too soon.
Yeah, I feel the same way. And I like, we spoke about Dwayne Wade's, I think, his ex-wife or baby mother. Like, I feel like she does have the right to, what I'm saying, really be against it. Not against, I guess, the transitioning, like Zaya, but like against doing it so early at such a young age. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, I can respect that.
Right. And Clay, what about you?
Yeah, man, they're definitely exploiting it. It definitely just doesn't come off the right way, and it already kind of looks bad because child is still a child. It's not they are not an adult, and yeah, they definitely could wait a few more years and make their own decisions.
Yeah, I don't know. For me, it's like I mean, I get it because I mean, it's hard to judge and say you're young for this, young for that. When most of us know that in high school at 14, 15, people were sexually active, they were doing sexual things, they were, so it's hard to look at this situation and say, okay, she or he is too young to determine that for themselves. When the rest of us at 16, we clearly knew what we liked. So it's like,
right.
But I don't know. I think it's just sad that like that topic and all that stuff. I think it's still at that point where it's such an adult and grown up thing to worry about. To me, it's more sad that kids at that age even have to worry about that kind of stuff. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, it's one thing if you decide, okay, I'm gay or I'm not straight or whatever, I'm bi, whatever. But as we're all learning more and more day by day, as we're all learning about this trans stuff, it comes with complications. It's not as simple as just saying, oh, I'm trans. You know what I mean? Like, there's more aspects to it. So just knowing that someone that's like 14, 15 has to wake up every day and deal with that in their face.
Right.
Granted, Dwayne Wade and them, they did it to themselves. They brought the ones who put it out there.
Right.
But it's like, man, I just don't know why you want to do that. Like, if I was like 15 or 16, I just wanted to worry about, like, I wouldn't even want to answer questions about my sexuality. You know what I mean? Like, or like, even as long as I knew it myself, I was secure with it. I feel like, why am I worrying about this? I want to go to parties and stuff like that. Like, I don't want to. Like, when I saw that spread that they did, like the photo shoot that they did, I was thinking, I was like, man, it seems like she doesn't even want to be like a kid no more. Like, she's rushing past even being a kid.
Yeah. That makes sense.
You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
And I think that part of it, like, her mom is looking at it too, like, damn, you've been trying to be like a child. You're trying to jump into this adult ass, like, yeah.
Without even having full understanding as to who you even are right now.
Right.
And that too, like, in high school, especially those years, you're so confused. Like, whether you like to believe it or not, you're confused, bro. You don't even know yourself,
right.
Really, and who you are. So crazy, man. But yeah, so I think the overall consensus here is that we don't exactly agree with the whole under 18 being allowed to sexually change yourself.
Agreed.
We're definitely gonna keep up with that. We're gonna talk about that more next week as far as we're gonna see what happens with the lawsuit and all that.
Good, man.
I don't know if there's any last comments.
Everybody tuning in, watching the show. Kay, we definitely appreciate you showing up.
Real quick though, let's Kayla give her a chance to tell everybody what she does, what she's doing, what she's trying to accomplish, where you can hit her up on.
Where can I start? Okay, so honestly, right now, currently, I just finally got around to the point where I am releasing some music I have been sitting on for a long time. My first release is coming out this Friday, 11/11/22. It's a single called Only You. It was written by a very close friend, my brother. Call him my brother, but a very close friend of mine, Schoolie Swope. Produced by my husband, so it's very befitting that the song is called Only You, of course. And just very excited. Following behind Friday, on Saturday I have a showcase coming up. It's a concert series called The Set. This is my second time being able to coordinate this show, although it's been running longer than my coordination services for this show. I'm super excited because it's growing exponentially. We have over 25. We have 25 artists total, including myself, that will be showcasing their talent. So I'm super excited. It's in Port St. Lucie, Florida, and I'm sure through my social media networks, you guys will see that. Which brings me to my last thing. If you are not already, you can follow me on Instagram at I am K Love. That is K Love with 2 Y's because I'm too much. And shout out to Alex
For sure.
for
Anytime.
having me on here, because just not even realizing that we knew each other from previous endeavors and stuff like that through music. I think it's really dope what you all are doing. I know I just met Jay and Clay, but you guys seem like very, very down to earth, chill people. And I'm just super excited in this season right now. This year I launched my business, K Love Management. So beyond being an artist myself, I do artist development services. So just teaching and helping artists cultivate their skills, whether it's stage performance, copywriting their music, getting started just in general, like what to do.
Right.
I have vendors and teams that help specialize in certain departments. So think of me as like an incubator. You come to me, and wherever you are, whatever you're needing, I outsource you to the resources that you may need to do what it is you want to do with your career. Event coordination comes with that. I songwrite, I sing, performance, live band, you name it. If I don't do it myself, I know somebody who can. So it's super dope. I really appreciate you guys for having me.
Of course, man. Kayla, we always love to give the stage to young Black entrepreneurs, creatives, artists, and you are all three in one. So, so shout out to you, and we hope for sure to have you back on in the future so we can talk about some more stuff and get updates on what you got going on. For sure. So
subscribe.
And thank you so much.
YouTube. What's your YouTube? It's pop-up TV.
Yeah, underscore. Yeah. If you go to the Instagram, it's all like it's in the link in the bio and all that.
It's all in the bio. Got it. Okay.
Yeah.
Gotta subscribe. Make sure y'all subscribe.
Yes, thank you, because we always forget to tell people that. So subscribe, y'all. Everybody.
Yeah, I was definitely gonna mention that.
Comment, like.
I was so
everybody. Go ahead.
No, go ahead. Do you think?
No, go ahead.
I was gonna say, like, I got a review coming out soon too. For anybody who's into anime and watch One Piece, I did see the One Piece red film, and we'll be doing a full review on it. So look out for that tomorrow. I'll definitely get that to y'all. And I also dropped even a tribute single on my SoundCloud for the movie, Non-Sword Style. You can find that on SoundCloud as well. Claiborne the MC, you already. So good joke.
Facts, bro. And
wait, run that back. You said SoundCloud. What's the name?
Well, if you're looking for my SoundCloud, the link is soundcloud.com/MC Bourne, Bourne. Since you don't have me on Instagram, everybody has Instagram. You can find the link in my bio. Yeah, definitely gonna be running that up. The review coming tomorrow.
Facts. So yeah, all the One Piece fans, y'all definitely don't want to miss that. So, because we got a real fan here, so he's gonna give y'all the real. You know what I mean? So, and hopefully we're gonna jump a lot more into a lot more anime reviews and stuff like that, movie reviews.
Nah, I'm good, man. Just keep tuning in, keep showing love to everybody who tunes in and everybody who comes on the show. The guests show love to the host, Claiborne MC, Jay. We got all our Instagrams up top. You know what I'm saying? Just keep supporting and showing love, and let's keep putting work in.
Mm-hmm.
All right.